Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you and tell you how to play Garbage. This will be a full tutorial for the card game called Garbage. This game is also called Trash, so keep that in mind when learning how to play the game. You can play this game with upwards of 2 players, and if you're playing with 2 or 3 players, you use a single deck of cards. If you're playing with more than 3 players, so 4 or more players, then you're going to have to use multiple decks of cards, okay? So you're going to shuffle the cards. These cards have already been shuffled, okay? And then you're going to deal each player 10 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place the remaining cards in the middle, and each player is then going to take their 10 cards and line them up face down in 2 rows of 5. Okay, so just like this, just straighten them out just like that, and just like that. So 2 rows of 5, each player is going to line up their cards like that. I'm trying to keep everything on camera, so just please bear with me. All right, so as you can see, each player has lined their rows of cards up in 2 rows of 5 cards each. This is my row right here. These are my rows, and this is the second player. So just so you know. Now, whichever player is going to start, then draws a card. Okay, and these cards are all positioned. So this is ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one is ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so they're all in order basically. So they're going to draw a card. Let's say I draw a 5. So this goes in my 5 position. So I place it over here in the 5 position. Okay, and I flip over whichever card was in the 5 position, which is a 4. So now I get to place this one in my 4 position, right over here. Flip this one over. It's a 6. This one goes in my 6th position. Flip it over, a 2. And this continues until you hit a certain card, which I'll show you in a moment. This goes in my 2 position. Flip this over, a 7. Okay? This goes in my 7 position right here. A 10. This goes in my 10 position. Wow, this is very, very lucky. This is like never happened. A queen. Okay, so when you hit either a jack or a queen, that's when your turn stops. Okay, when you hit a jack or queen or a card that's already been flipped. So let's say this was a 4. I can't play a 4 in this position. There's already a 4 there. So I stop. Okay, so jacks and queens or a card that's already in position makes you stop. You then take that card, place it to the side, beside the pile, beside the extra cards in the deck over here. Okay, and then the other player goes. Now this player actually can choose between a card in the discard pile or the deck. So in this case, they were not going to choose a queen because the queen is, they can't place it anywhere, so they're going to choose a card from the deck. And kings are wild, they can be placed anywhere. So they've chosen a 6, and I'm upside down here, so just please bear with me. So their 6 is going to be over here, and that's an ace, which is a 1, right? So the ace is going to be over here. That's a 9. Which goes over here. That's a 7, which goes over here. This is a 5. Wow, this is very lucky, which goes over here. And that's a 7. So now they've sort of hit a dead end because they already have a 7 there. So they're going to take the 7, place it here. Now it's my turn again, and I can choose the 7, which I already have, or I can choose something from the pile. So as you can see, I chose a 6. I cannot play a 6, so I place it in the discard pile. Now it's this player's turn over here, okay? The player towards the camera. Where it's positioned. So they're going to take not the 6 because they already have the 6. They're going to choose from the pile over here, which is another 6. They can't play the 6. Now it's my turn again. And this continues on and on until someone has flipped over their entire deck. I'm just going to try one time to see if I can do it. A 9. So let's just see now. Okay, an 8, a 4. I already have a 4. I'm going to place it there. So once someone has flipped over ace through 10 in order. Okay, let's say I flip over ace through 10 in order now. They're all flipped over. I've completed my hand. Now this player has one more chance. They get to have one more chance at drawing either a card from here or here to flip all of their ace through 10 as well. Okay, and like I said, a king is wild, so a king can be placed anywhere. So let's just see if there's a king handy that I can just grab. You know, yeah, so I mean, there seems like there's no kings that are in sight, but if you draw a king, you get to place it wherever you want. So let's say, I'm just going to make it a little bit easier to understand. Let's say this person then draws a king. Okay, they draw a king. So let's say they decide they're going to place it right here in the 10 spot. and there's a 10 there. Now, here's what's interesting. They have drawn a 10. There's a king in their 10 spot. They can take the 10, place it there, and replace the king with the 10. And now they have a wild king again. And then they can go on, let's say they want to place it in the 3 spot. Oh, look at that. So they can actually take the 3 and replace the king with the 3. So you can replace your wild king with a different card if it's positioned there. Let's say they want to place it in the 2 spot. Oh, look at that. Wow, this is insane. They take their 2 and they're going to position the 2. They're going to replace the king with the 2. Okay, let's say they're going to want to replace the 4 over here. All right. Another king. That's wild. Wow. Okay, so let's just say, so they had 1 turn technically to complete their hand. And if they had drawn the king, like I sort of pretended that they drew right there, then they would be able to complete their hand, as you can see right there. And then this would be a draw. Let's say I had completed my hand and they did on their last turn, it would be a draw. Now, whoever wins a hand, you shuffle the deck again and you deal again. Okay, so you would shuffle the deck again. Let's say I won this hand. Well, then this time now, I would actually only have 9 cards to do. Okay, so I would only be dealing with 9 cards. And then let's say I won again, it would be 8 cards, 7 cards, and it would be ace through 7, ace through 6, and so forth. Eventually, someone, or both players, depending on the situation, is gonna just have 1 card right there. And when they have 1 card left, when they've gone through all those turns, continued winning, really, then it becomes whoever draws an ace first. So let's say I have 1 card left, I'm at the last round, and I draw an ace. Well, then guess what? I place the ace here, because that's my 1 that's left, and I win. So that's how you win the game, is by continually doing your 10, flipping your 10 cards, 9 cards, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then when you need 1 card left, it just becomes, can you draw the ace? Because that's the card that you need. That's it. That is how to play Garbage. Simple card game tutorial. It's a fun game. Takes a while. It's nice and lengthy. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.